Okay, the next committee is Committee on Paper laid down on the table. So this committee was established in the year 1975. This committee present in both Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha it is having 15 members and Rajya Sabha it is having 10 members. What this committee will do? In simple language, ministers are there. Okay, minister will lay down the paper on the table before the house. That paper related to the bill or related to any answer which is asked by any MP in question hour or other thing, debate, matter of discussion, those papers are there. So those papers, okay, laid down before the house. Right, so those papers are according to the provision of the constitution, or those papers are laid down before the house is following the rules or regulation of that particular house or not. That will check by this committee. Okay, and this committee does not have a power to examine the statutory notification or other matters which are falls under Committee on Subordinate Legislation. Okay, the next Committee on Welfare of SC, ST. We have National Commission for SC and ST. It is the duty of the President to appoint that National Commission chairman and member also. Right. So we have this committee. Okay. This Committee on Welfare of SC and ST, it is not present in both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Single committee only. But members are present from both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Total 30 members are there in this committee. 20 members from Lok Sabha and 10 members from Rajya Sabha. What this committee will do? This committee will consider the report, take up the report. Report of what? We have National Commission for SC, we have National Commission for ST. So their chairman and members are there, right? They will deal with the matter of the SC and ST, their rights and whether the constitutional provisions are implementing thoroughly or not, or any issue with those SC or ST caste. So they will deal all these cases and they will prepare a report. Okay, and submit to the President. Then what President will do? President will lay down that report before this committee. Okay, then apart from that, this committee also examine all the matters which are related to the welfare of SC, ST, implementation of constitutional provisions are there, any statutory provisions are there, or any welfare program for those SC, ST, whether they are implementing properly or not. Welfare schemes, any constitutional provision is there, that is implementing or not properly, any statutory provision, any law which is there for SC and ST, whether that law is implementing properly or not, that will also examined by whom? This committee. Okay, Committee on SC and ST. Then Committee on Empowerment of Women. So this committee was established in 1997. This committee also consists 30 members like SC and ST. 20 members from Lok Sabha, 10 members from Rajya Sabha. We have one commission, National Commission for Women. That commission will examine the cases related to the women. Okay, and submit that report to the President. President will let down that report before this committee. Same what National Commission, this Committee for Welfare of SC and ST is doing for SC, ST, the same way this committee is doing for women's. This committee also examine the measures taken by the central government. Central government for what? To secure the dignity, status of women and bringing the equality among the men and women. What are the steps taken by the government? Any specific welfare scheme is there? Whether that scheme is implementing or not, that will also examined by this committee. Okay, the next. Joint Committee on Salary and Allowances of Members. So this committee was established under Salary, Allowance and Pension of Member of Parliament Act 1954. According to this act only, this committee was formed. It consists 15 members. Joint committee. So that means members are from both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Total members are 15. 10 from Lok Sabha and 5 from Rajya Sabha. What it will do? What this committee will do? This committee will prepare the rules for regulating what? Payment of salary, allowances and pension to the member of parliament. Okay, salary related things. Rules and regulations are there that will be framed by this committee related to salary, allowance as well as pensions. The next, joint committee on office of profit. Joint committee means same. It is consists both the member from Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha. Total 15 members are there. 10 members from Lok Sabha. Okay, 5 members from Rajya Sabha. What this committee do? In short, this committee will examine, okay, whether a particular MP shall be disqualified based upon the office of profit or not. Okay, we will discuss what is office of profit. Okay, in disqualification also we discuss. A member of parliament can be disqualified based upon office of profit. Right. So who will give recommendation? This committee will give recommendation whether that MP, member of parliament, should be disqualified on the grounds of office of profit or not. Okay, this committee will give recommendation. Now what is office of profit? What is office of profit? Okay, does it explicitly mention in constitution? No, it is not mentioned in constitution. In constitution it is mentioned that a person can be disqualified if the person is holding a office of profit. But what comes under office of profit under central government or state government? That does not explicitly mention in Indian constitution. Okay, then Supreme Court has given the detail meaning of office of profit under one case. What is that? Pradyut Bardole versus Swapnan RAKESH. In this case, Supreme Court has given the scenario where an office can be considered as a office of profit. If any member of parliament holding the office of profit, then the member of parliament can be disqualified. Okay, so what are the things comes under office of profit? So Supreme Court rules that any company or any corporation, okay, so there government exercise the control over what? Government is doing the appointment. Okay, government is removing, or government is dealing with or examine the performance or function of that particular office, corporations, business. Right. So in short, first point says that in any business or any office where government is involving related to appointment, functioning as well as the removal, that is comes under office of profit. Okay. Then Supreme Court also says that where any office which is having a remuneration given by the government, finance, salary is given by the government, that is also comes under the office of profit. Okay, same thing, whether the body in which the office is held has government power. What? Any office where the government is having a power related to the releasing of money or allotment of the land, granting license, those office also comes under office of profit. Or any office or any position which influence the government, okay, any position in a particular business, company or a office, if they are influencing the government, that is also comes under office of profit. That was a decision given by Supreme Court. Okay, so here if you observe, government companies are there, that is also office of profit. Okay, where government is involving in the funding, though company is private but the government is involving in the funding or this kind of things, releasing money, allotment of land, and that is also comes under office of profit. And in Jaya Bachchan case also Supreme Court rules that any office, any government office in which, okay, that person is not receiving the salary or remuneration, okay, but that office is under the control of government, that office is also comes under office of profit. Okay, so any MP, not only MP, MLA also or MLC also, any MP who is holding the office of profit shall be disqualified. Now who will decide the disqualification? This committee. We discuss, right? This committee. Joint committee on office of profit. Understood? Regarding Office of Profit and Committee. Then Business Advisory Committee. In Presiding Officer we discussed, right? There are 3 committees: Business Advisory Committee, Rules Committee and General Purpose Committee. For these 3 committees, Presiding Officers are the chairman of the respective house committees, right? So Business Advisory Committee, what does it do? It regulates the program and timetable of the house. Business Advisory. This committee will allot the time for the transaction of legislatures. Transaction of the legislatures, bill will be introduced, bill will be discussed, how much time should be given, timetable, schedule of the day, discussion on a particular date or day, that will be dealt by this committee, Business Advisory Committee. Okay, so this committee is present in both Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha. In Lok Sabha it is having 15 members and Speaker is the chairman, ex officio chairman of this committee, and in Rajya Sabha it is having 11 members and chairman of Rajya Sabha is having chairman of Rajya Sabha is the ex officio chairman of this committee, Business Advisory Committee. The next, Rules Committee. Name itself suggests what? This committee will consider the matter of procedure and conduct of business in the house and recommended necessary amendments or changes or addition. In simple language, this committee will, what this committee will do, committee will give the recommendation of what? Whether a particular rule which is already exist should be changed or new rule should be added to the rules of the respective houses. Okay, so this is the work of this committee, and this committee is present in both Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha. In Lok Sabha it is having 15 members and in Rajya Sabha it is having 16 members. And Presiding Officer is the chairman of this committee. Okay, I hope you remember that Presiding Officer is the chairman of 3 committees: Business Advisory Committee, Rules Committee and General Purpose Committee. Then next, General Purpose Committee. So what is this committee? Any matter or the affair of the house which does not fall in any parliamentary committee. We discussed many parliamentary committees, right? And their function also. Any matter which does not covers under those parliamentary committee, that will be taken by this committee. Those matters will be taken up by whom? This General Purpose Committee. Okay, so what does it consist? What is the composition? Okay, so here if you observe, this committee is in both the houses of the parliament. In Lok Sabha also this committee is there, Rajya Sabha also is committee is there. Okay, Lok Sabha Presiding Officer, which is Speaker, is the chairman, and in Rajya Sabha, chairman of Rajya Sabha is the chairman of this committee. Apart from chairman, Deputy Speaker is a member of this committee in case of Lok Sabha, and deputy chairman is a member of this committee in case of Rajya Sabha, and member of the panel of chairperson. I hope you remember, we discussed. So those are also a member of this committee. In case of Rajya Sabha, member of vice chairperson. Chairman of all the departmental related standing committees are there, right? 24. In budget we discuss. So chairman of those departmental committees also a member of this committee. Apart from that, leaders of the recognized party, leader of the recognized party or groups in the house, those are also a member of this committee, or other such member which are nominated by the presiding officer. Okay, so those are a member of this committee. General Purpose Committee members are more actually. Why? Because whatever the matter which is not fall in any parliamentary committee, that will be taken up by this committee. That is the reason why it is having a lot of members. Okay. The next, House Committee. You know, MP, they are from across the country. And where is Parliament? It is in Delhi. So when MP will go, right, someone should be there to make the arrangement for them to stay in bungalow, hostel, hotel, whatever it may be. That will be taken care by this committee. Regarding the accommodation, food, medical facilities are there, right? That will be taken by this House Committee. Okay, it is consist in both Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha, and 12 members are there. In case of Lok Sabha also 12 members, in case of Rajya Sabha also it is 12 members. Library committee, they have library. Parliament, they have library. So this committee will consider all the matters which are related to the library and assist the member in utilizing the library services. For library, separate committee is there. Okay, for accommodation, separate committee. Okay, so it consists 9 members. So 6 from Lok Sabha and 3 from Rajya Sabha. Then committee on absence of members. If the members are absent, okay, they will take the leave of the house, right? So those will be taken up by this committee. Application for leave, that will be taken up by this committee. Then if a member, any member who is absent from the session of the house continuously more than 60 days without permission, that case also will be dealt by this committee. Why? Because that is a disqualification. I hope you remember. Any member of parliament who is absent from the session of the house continuously for 60 days without the permission, that is a disqualification. That will also take up by this committee. Okay, and this committee exists only in Lok Sabha, which consists 15 members. In Rajya Sabha it is not there. In Rajya Sabha this committee is not exist. Then we discuss, there are 2 types of bill, private member bill and public bill, right? We also discuss who are private member. Any member of parliament other than the minister or council of ministers are private members, right? Private member will introduce the bill, that also we discuss, right? So what this committee will do? This committee will classify the bills in the private member bills, allot the time for discussion on the private member bill or the resolutions which are moved by the private members, that it will be done. Remember the name of the committee. If you remember function, automatically you will remember. Okay, and members, so this is a special committee of the Lok Sabha which consists 15 members. Deputy Speaker is the chairman of this committee. And Rajya Sabha does not have such committee. For private member bill and all those things, that will be taken care by the Business Advisory Committee of Rajya Sabha. Okay, so student, this is about parliamentary committees. So there are 4 types of parliamentary committees we discuss. Finance, then we have ad hoc committee, okay, then we have departmental committees, 24 departmental committees and administrative committees. So these are the administrative committees.